actually one of the main people that told me that I needed to quit my restaurant job and to go into real estate. And I was so unsure and insecure about that at the time that she even wrote my resume. I was so excited with the resume. She wrote my resume. She said, you're going to walk over to Sedbera, because at the time that's not where I went. She said, we're not going to...
I actually think I drove you there.
She was a regular at the restaurant. So you see how life just connects you with people? My life is just a big ball of connections. Constantly, everybody that I meet drops a little something in my life, and then I'm changed forever. So she was a regular at my restaurant. I helped her plan the event, and ever since then, here we are today. 15 plus years later, I was a bridesmaid in her wedding, and that's there we go. So, Evelyn.
Oh, my name is Jamie, by the way.
Jamie Levinshaw.
You can just call me Bethany's manager.
That was a good joke, but yeah. So Jamie Levinshaw. They're all going to introduce themselves, but I'll just quickly say how they've been connected to me. Evelyn Suero, we met in BNI. She is a business attorney and much, much more. So again, BNI was a big chapter of my life. And she was like the other saucy Latina in the group that I connected with. And she was all about empowering women. And we even went to an event one day and we hung out, partied like rock stars. It was amazing. And that was, and that's truly how we met. And we don't talk day to day. We're not like friends that are constantly checking in each other. But when I meet her, she's there. It's usually business related, and I have to call her after 4, but she answers, So thank you, Evelyn, for coming, because she took many times out of her life to just answer very simple questions, and I'm sure she didn't want to, about how to come on, Evelyn, can you come with this? Yes, Bethany. How do I open up an LLC for this random new company that I want to start? How do I do this? She came to the office, and I made introductions for people for her to meet to do the same process. So thank you so much for being there all the time. And then Maria Lopez, I just recently met her through Jamie when I needed a financial advisor to come into the mix to talk to about entrepreneur finances and what are good ways to start planning for the future. I met with her once and I was instantly blown away. She's got a radio show at 19 and she'll tell you a little bit about who she is. So that's how they've all been connected in my life and why they're here today. So go ahead, Jamie, just give us a little bit about who you are.
A little bit. Well, first of all, can we stop for a second and say, congratulations, Bethany. I'm going to take a couple minutes before I introduce myself. Sorry, ladies. Bethany, she doesn't ever make it about stuff. She doesn't make it about herself, ever. If anyone knows her, raise your hand if you know her, you know of her. It's always about other people. So this event, it started, I think, like on my dining room table over a fabulous cup of tea. And Bethany was just like, there's so many skills that I haven't learned yet, and as she's going through success, and I think a lot of us, whether you're a female entrepreneur, you work for corporate America, which I do, there's always like this conversation where I'm passionate, and I'm so good at what I do, and I have so much energy, and then you do it, and then you're busy, and then all of a sudden you're not so passionate, and then all of a sudden your bank account balance is a little bit low, and you don't know what's going on, and you're like throwing your hands up in the air, and then you give up, and you're like, I'm gonna go get a job for corporate America. But that's what happened when we saw in the recession. We were all youngsters on Miami Beach. But in the recession, we saw that where all of a sudden when these bankers in corporate America, we saw this very big shift that happened where women were like, I really enjoy baking and I'm going to create a business out of this. And I really enjoy being a nanny, so I'm going to open up a nanny service. And so because of the fact that we were in survival mode during that time, but how are we going to be sustainable as women-owned businesses? And so Bethany, I just think, embodies that. I think she's an inspiration to that because this girl, when she got her first commission check, she was like, Jamie, what do I do? I'm like, you need to do this, and you need to go to a bank, and maybe you can open up a money market account. She's like, money, like it's a market for money? I'm like, oh my God. But she really invested in herself. I mean, my father, my stepmother, like she was the one that was around the kitchen table. We're like, this girl's gonna make it. But she's so careful with how she does that. She doesn't get it over her head. She really invests in herself. So when you are a woman and you have a business, or you work in corporate America and you have a nice big salary, take half of that and put it in like a piggy bank that's like invest in myself. Whether that's a conversation with an attorney that costs $100, $200, $300 an hour, or whether it's a financial advisor. Sometimes we're scared because we're like, oh, I can just do it myself, or I'm gonna Google it, or I'm gonna follow someone on Instagram who's really good at it. But at the end of the day, you need to do it for yourself. So props to Bethany, because this event, I've been in the women's circuit for a while, love my women, and love the men too. That's who, the for-profit is mostly men, and then I have the women's side. But what I love about women is that we actually do learn from each other, so having this platform is brilliant, and to have it on a weekend is even more brilliant. Okay, so now, enough of you, let's go to me. So my name is Jamie Levinshon. I just got married, so I husband it. He is a gorgeous Argentinian Jew. Yes! My Jewish parents are very happy, even though I do miss Christmas, but the house is filled with Thanksgiving. So I'm the director of a nonprofit, except we are not the cause. We grant local nonprofits grants. Who is a part of a nonprofit in here, gives money to nonprofits? Who has ever written a grant? Have you ever tried to submit for a grant before? Who's done that? Okay, and how long does that take you? Months! Well, guess what? With us, it's a Google form, sister. Come to our meeting. So I run 100 Women Who Care. We're a platform where women gather to listen to our community's needs, not just the needs of like the bigger organizations. We're talking about, you have Brickell, you have Midtown, you have downtown, you have Edgewater, you have Coral Gables, you have all these places, and then what's in between that, poverty. So we bring awareness and light to the diversity in Miami, so not all that glitters is gold. And we raise money for these really small local nonprofits that are doing really, really great. So I'm the white Jewish woman in Alapata and Little Haiti, trying to make a difference. And that is my passion. But then for my for-profit, which I'm very passionate about, is I am a commercial insurance broker for mostly national shopping centers. So I run the national real estate practice for my business. Hayes Companies is who I work for. We're the third largest privately held insurance brokerage in the country. So I get to work with really great clients and make sure that their properties don't get hit by storms, and when they do, it gets recovered. So that's me.
Thank
you.
This is nothing new. Okay, Evelyn, tell us about yourself.
Hi guys.
You're on here, speaking to it, speak really.
Hello? Okay. So, what don't I do? Okay. It was funny because when I was mingling with the girls, I realized I forgot to get a name tag. And I said, if no one knows who I am by the end of this, I haven't done my job, right? I haven't. So my name is Evelyn Suero. I'm an attorney entrepreneur. So I own my own law firm, that's the entrepreneur side so far. And I work with entrepreneurs, startup companies, and anyone in investors, anyone looking to start a company, protect their company, and expand their company. So some of the other things that I do that are, I don't want to call it the nonprofit side, but what my passion is helping people see beyond their boundaries. And so when you said something about like what's in the middle of Miami and poverty, I'm the type of person that says there's potential. So where other people see obstacles, I see opportunities, and I do that with all of my clients, and I think that's what my clients love about me. So when you work with me, what you get great service, you get excellent skills, but you also get connections, right? I love making connections for people. I think that's how we grow as women. And so I love connecting with Bethany because she's all of them. Obviously, she loves connecting people, and I think that that's one of the main things I see over and over again with a lot of my clients is that there's this myth of competition, of scarcity. I don't want to help we don't want to help each other because you're focused just in a small region. It's a mindset. I'm international. So I've gone to international conferences. I've seen the women here who want to do business with you here in Miami, in the United States. There's billions and billions of women out there, or men, whoever. And so when you broaden your understanding of that, you start seeing the opportunities that are out there. So in a nutshell, what I'm here to talk about, do I talk about or just introduce myself? So yeah, so I'm the attorney here, but also entrepreneur. I'm working on a book. It's called Startup Before You Start Up, so that you're not panicking, you know, and you build your business on a solid foundation. So I already trademarked it. That's the startup before you start up part. I started I practice what I preach, and that's why I started my law firm, because when I got laid off from a big firm, I said, I've helped so many people start companies, billionaires. Why can't I do this? What am I afraid of? You know, I know enough people. So that's why I did it. So that's what you get when you work with me, is someone who's been there and is still there and is still growing. And I'm looking forward to talking to you.
We'll hear because I'm a little short here. So, Bethany, thank you so much for inviting me to be here today, Jamie as well. This is fantastic. I want to congratulate you because I believe there will be a movement out of female for profits, right? Yes. So, Maria Lopez, I'm a CPA, certified public accountant, and what I've been doing is for the past 26 years, so yes, I'm dating myself, 26 years, can you believe that? I started my career, I graduated from Florida International University as a CPA, bachelor's in accounting, master's in taxation, and I learned that there were the big six at that time. Has anybody heard, you know, like the largest public accounting firms in the world? And so I joined Coopers & Lybrand 26 years ago as a tax advisor. And I was fascinated because I was in the corporate America world. And I spent 23, 24 years working for PricewaterhouseCoopers and then for Ernst & Young. I was in the city of Chicago, New York City, and Miami. Some of my largest clients I was part of the group of the CERB, JP Morgan Chase in New York City. And I was fascinated with all that, but then I was like, someone asked me a question. One of my mentors asked me, James, he was an awesome tax partner at Ernst & Young. He said to me, Maria, what are you passionate about? I couldn't answer that question. That was probably back in 2010, 2009. I was happy, I had a great salary, but I didn't know what I was passionate about. I had forgotten who I was when I was a child, and I'll tell you the story later on. But when I was a child, I was passionate about ending inequalities. And here I am 26 years later, or 30-something years later, 40-something years later, ending inequalities as a financial advisor. So I founded my own company about 2.5 years ago. It's called Galant, it's right there on the banner. And yes, I'm a CPA, I'm a financial advisor, I'm a speaker. I have a radio show since last year, 2017. It's called Abundance Now with Maria Lopez. And I also founded a magazine which is called Leverage Magazine, because I want to leverage everything we know, all our expertise, yours included, in helping other business owners and entrepreneurs alike. And recently, I'm launching my newest brand called Monday Entrepreneur, which you're all invited. We'll share later on details about that. But it's a brand to showcase with you, to share with you the latest tips and best practices in finances, accounting. Yeah, I know it's a little boring, but we'll make it interesting. It's Monday Entrepreneur. It's being launched on November 8th. Thank you.
An event called Females for Profit, where everybody has something really important to add. So how this is going to start is going to be a conversation. There's a few questions that me as an entrepreneur, I'm in real estate, so for some of you who don't know, I'm a realtor, but I just felt like I could never connect with that word, realtor. I just felt like I wanted to do so many things, but real estate was a platform that allowed me to work and make money, to now just, pursue the things that I'm passionate about. So we're just gonna have a conversation. I'm gonna ask a couple questions, but I really encourage you as women, if there's anything that's been on your mind that you really wanna know, and you have an opportunity to ask a business attorney and a financial advisor, someone who runs a very large nonprofit and is also a businesswoman herself. So I would like to encourage those conversations as well as we go into it, but we won't take up too much of your time, but just know that this is gonna be a conversation, right? So when talking about a topic, right, what we're going to talk about, we said forecasting your future success, and what does that look like as a a businesswoman, whether you are in corporate America or an entrepreneur. And I kind of wanted to see, like, for each individual up here, forecasting your future success, like, what does that mean? Like, tell me how you would start. Like, what would you say to an entrepreneur? For you, maybe being in the nonprofit sector when you started Miami Dade, you know, the 100 Women Who Care. Tell me about how you felt. Because, I mean, you were in corporate America, but then you decided to start this nonprofit thing. Like, how did you make that decision?
So, who needs help in this room? Just to raise a hand. Okay, everyone, okay, right? Okay, that's good. Wait, but I'm not done yet. Okay, so everyone needs a little bit of help. Who's really good at asking for help? Raise your hand if you're great at asking for help. You're so good. Okay, good for you. You're like the only one. I am terrible at asking for help, but I have so many things that I want to do, right? And we feel like we can do it all. And then you reach, there's something in business called the level of incompetency. So on the for-profit side, when I started out working for Hayes, I sat down with Mr. Jim Hayes himself, and he said, Jamie, what do you want to do? I'm like, I want to sell insurance. Can we curse? No, we can't curse. Okay, he was like, bullshit, no one wants to sell insurance. And I said, what do you mean I want to sell insurance? He's like, no one wants to sell insurance. Like, what do you really want to do? And I'm like, I want to make a difference in this world. And so he said, good, go do that. You know, go do that while doing this. You can do both. So I built my business. All of my clients and some of the biggest clients that I have that have hundreds of millions of dollars worth of hotels, shopping centers, warehouses, whatever it is, I sat down with them and I never, and this is the conversation I had, I never tell them what I do. I tell them how I work. And there's a huge difference between what you do and how you work. And the conversation is much smaller. I'm able to get their business much faster, and then I'm able to have more time to do the things that I love to do, whether that's a nonprofit or whatever. What that looks like, we'll talk about later, because that's that's going to be more interactive. But the thing is figuring out really who you are as a person, and once you feel really comfortable in your own skin, there's so many women. At the end of the day, who's in sales here? Raise your hand. Okay, now put it down. Raise your hand if you're not in sales. You're in sales. It's a trick question. See, that's what she's going to tell me. You're all in sales. You're all in sales. Because even if you're an introverted person and you're saying, how can I sell? I'm so introverted, you can still do it. There's ways to do it, and we're not going to coach you up here. But you got to find out your purpose. You got to find out what you're meant to do and align yourself with that, and align yourself with a great group of people that you can actually network with. And not networking like, oh, you need to meet so-and-so, here's their business card. No, like taking this person and saying, here, you guys get on the phone. My favorite, how many people know Brian Carter in this room? Okay, so a client of mine, he's victorious. He's in the middle of a lunch meeting, and he wants to introduce me to someone. I get a phone call, he's like, hey, I'm here at lunch with this guy, and I think that you should do blah, 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 blah. Here, talk to him. And I'm like, now that's an introduction. Right?
And that's kind of like what happened with all of us up here, and that's the whole point of this room. Like, I literally have to pull some people because I know you, but you don't know each other. And I'm looking at people now that I still want you guys to connect, and I hope at some point in the room you guys talk, but connecting is the whole purpose of this, right?
Well, as far as the forecasting side of it, if you need help, you need to invest in it. Whether it's your housekeeper working a couple more hours, okay? I love cooking dinner every night for my family, but I realize I can't cook every night. I need to delegate that, So now I have like some really good Nicaraguan food choices, And I'm helping another small business. But then on the other level, I've been managing my staff. I don't want to manage staff. That's not what I want to do. And I've had to do it for a number of years. But when I got to the point of success, more success, I was able to hire a manager. Could I have kept all that money for myself? Yes. Is the manager expensive? Yes. He drives a Tesla. but it's so cool. But you know what I'm saying? It's investing and forecasting of like, where can I use my funds to get that extra help? If you're bad at asking for it, so.
And so for Evelyn, I remember when I sat down with her and I asked her to help me, start up a company and do the LLC. And then she's like, okay, well, this is, after everything's done, this is my retainer. And I remember at the time, I'm like, oh my God, like, attorneys are expensive, okay. And then I went, attempted to do it by myself, messed up. Then I came back to Evelyn and I was like, okay, try to do it on my own, not really working, can you help me? And that's when I realized, like, investing in myself. Sometimes you have to pay, sometimes you have to put money into your business to get the right advice. You don't want to just take chances on something that is so precious to you, right? So, Evelyn, tell me how important it is as a woman when deciding to make a business decision or opening up a company, how important it is to structure that in the beginning versus later. Like, maybe tell me a little bit how important it is, like how you can do it easily, and if you're entering into a partnership, what to look out for.
There's so much in that question.
In a nutshell, because I feel like everybody here, even if you own your own business or if you're a realtor, we have to open up for PA, LLC. So I feel like as an entrepreneur, that's kind of like step maybe 1, 2, I'm not sure. But tell me a little bit about that process.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's very important to have a good foundation. It's like building a house with straw, and you won't weather any storm. And I was telling a couple of people I was meeting today that who shared some of their stories with me, and I told them, why did you do it that way? Would you have done it? Why did you start that way? And it's always fear of the unknown. I felt like I needed a partner. I didn't know enough about the business, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going through that just to say that, yes, you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in attorneys, CPAs, to structure it. Why? Because it's going to cost you a lot more if you don't do it that way. And this is not to say, well, then I'm not going to start. Because if you don't start, you fail for it, right? If you don't launch it, and what are we doing? We all have skills, we all have passions, and if you're investing in education and anything, make sure that it's gonna enrich your life. This is what I teach my son. What are you studying? You're not studying for a job. You're studying for your life. You shouldn't walk into a job, a company, your own business without building yourself up. You can't be tied to that. I need to be able to walk in. I need to be like Steve Jobs. Apple wants Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs doesn't care. People go to Apple because of Steve Jobs, right? So build yourself, build your personal brand, and it's so important to also get the right advice. Just going back. I know I'm going into 12 different things because I wanted to respond to some of the things that Jamie said about investing in yourself. But yeah, so you have to know what kind of entity to start up with. If you do it yourself, you're going to be Googling and saying, okay, I think this is what fits. It may not fit your situation, and especially if you're going with a partner. So many of the clients I see, unfortunately, it's when things have gone wrong. We were best friends, nothing's gonna go wrong, things go wrong. When things don't work out as expected and you lose money, all of a sudden we're not best friends anymore. And then you have to pay for litigation, etc. So it's always important to make that investment. When you're starting a business, a lot of people know this, they save money to start a business, but then what do they spend it on? And so when I talk, I don't advise my clients on this because I'm advising them on the legal side, but when I'm having conversations with other women entrepreneurs, I tell them, yeah, you saved your money, make sure that you're putting that money towards the foundation. And what can you skip on? You don't skip on the foundation. What can you do to market in a more cost-effective way? You have Instagram. I get most of my clients on social media. I don't spend a dime on ads. I work with entertainers at this point. How did I get entertainment artists, big artists that you know of? They found me because of social media. So that's free. So you're spending on it, and that has its place as you're growing and expanding to, market and get SEO and all that stuff. But when you're first starting off, don't bankrupt yourself on that. You have to go foundation because in a year from now, if you have an investor who wants to invest in you, the first thing they're going to say is, let me see all the contracts. If you've been Googling it down, I know immediately when someone Googles a contract, because I know when you're listing something, I'm like, this doesn't fit your business. Like, what is this? And so they're not going to want to work with you. So you want to have a good foundation to make yourself attractive to clients, to investors, etc. So you can be happy. So you can feel like, okay, now I can weather a storm hate myself. You know, it's just going to be a bad time. So it's investing in yourself, investing in good advice, and having that strong structure, and then figuring out how you can do other things that are more cost effectively. And I just want to mention one other thing that I thought of while Jamie was speaking about when you said the big rock. Because this is interesting, this has happened to me. I don't do this often, but some of my clients do, where a lot of us, especially women, we don't work together. We can barter services. I know a lot of people who need help starting an LLC, and maybe they can help me do my accounting. I'm not saying it's what I do. Someone who might own a household keeping service. And the fact that I'm using them, then I'm going to say, hey, I have 3,000 followers, so I'm going to talk about how great you clean my house. So they're getting a double bang for their buck. I'm helping them, and I don't have to stress over that. Now I can focus on my business. So keep an open mind. Definitely meet everyone in this room, and don't limit yourself. You never know who you're going to wind up with.
Yeah, that's very true. Because, for example, this event that we see here, if it wasn't for everybody bartering or offering, or even I even paid some vendors to be here, if it wasn't for all of us coming together, this would have never happened. You know, because like as much as I really wanted to pay for this so that no one had to buy a ticket, at some point my friends were all like, are you serious? She's like, this is called females for profit, not female going broke for men. You know? Literally, I didn't work the last month. I mean, I was moving, I was going through so many different things in my life. I had like maybe 2 clients, and I remember saying to myself, I'm like, I told my girlfriend yesterday, I'm like, let's leave that door, make sure that I get back to work.
Yeah.
Let's remember why I'm doing this, you know? Like, this is for us to all come together to find ways for us to make money. You know, not for me to just, you know, get all excited on a hype, you know. She knows I get super excited. I'm like, yes, I'm going to do this. And then next thing you know, I'm like, oh my God, real estate, you know.
And that's why we speak at 7:30 a.m. every morning, and if she doesn't answer her phone, I'm like, where is she?
Like, first, real estate. Then we all, you know, first you make your money. Because that's another thing. I was talking to a lot of women who have a job that they're not really so happy about. Like, along the way, with you and you in the room, they're like, I like what I do, but I'm passionate about X. So really, this event is, okay, what is your job? How do you make money? Now, how can we incorporate what you're passionate about to have that make you money too, right? So like, I'm passionate about people. My why is finding a community of women that are like-minded and connecting with them. If I could do that and make money, I'd be doing it. This is kind of like an idea, and hopefully that where I go with this, you know? But, so, thank you, because
And just one thing, and hopefully you find the type of job, if you feel like you need a job, that is going to help you in your business.
But I
So,
did,
like,
I'm
you're
so
that
thankful that I did. Real estate was my platform where all I do is connect with people. I connect with my clients. A lot of the people in this room are my clients. That I like see them, I relocated them, I moved them, but they're all makeup artists, staffing companies, all amazing women who have something to offer. So like I found my platform, and now I'm bringing my why together with all the amazing people in my life, you know? So Maria, talking about finances, I remember I had said to you, I'm like, how do you pursue your passions without going broke? Okay, I remember I asked you that question.
Fascinating.
And so that is really my question for you. How do you pursue your passion without going broke? How can someone really just like, even in the beginning phases, get a map of that, you know?
Sure, so can we ask someone, what's your passion? Would someone like to volunteer and share with you what your passion is? Because I think,
Yes, I know.
how big is your passion?
You.
Would you like to share your name and tell us what your passion is?
Yes, my name is Bethany.
Yes,
My name is Margarita Franco. My passion is my nonprofit. It's called Margarita's Angels. I help single moms or young women to get their lives in order. I sponsor them for a career that takes a year or less. I pay for their daycare because my children are 29 and 31, so I know what it is to be a teen mom. Pay for their daycare. I give them a head-to-toe makeover which they cannot afford. Buy them 5 outfits and pay for their transportation so they can get to and from school. That is my passion. Well, I've been doing it out of my own pocket.
Right.
For
yes, what is your passion, what is your why, what motivates you? And I think that, I don't know if you heard, of course, we all know Oprah Winfrey, right? So Oprah Winfrey says, to find your passion, to find your purpose in life, make a list of everything, all your talents, your skill set, everything since you remember, you have memory of as a child, as a little daughter, a little son, that you remember that you were passionate about. Whatever puts a smile on your face then, and it still does today. Can you think of something that still puts a smile on your face today? Yes, right? And then as an adult, or as a teenager, or whatever age, how old you are, what I would recommend is that you start saving and investing. Putting away money so that one day, someday soon, not one day in the future, it may be, but you still have that vision. Once you determine what your passion is, your why is, and who it is that you want to serve, and how it is that you want to connect with them and serve them, and make something meaningful out of our lives together, then save money, invest it, and then when you're ready to launch, you launch. Have you ever heard sometimes of people that say, I got laid off, and then I knew it was the time to launch my business? Who's been there, right? Right? Okay, there you go. Sometimes we just need a little push. Who will be afraid of going for that passion, opening that business, without having that kick in the butt, if we want to call it? Who's afraid of that? Who will be afraid? Who has that fear of quitting your
Who's
job?
afraid to quit their job right now and pursue their passion? Is there anybody in the room that's going through that right now, first and foremost?
Are you, let me answer this. Okay, are we living our passion right now? Yes. Okay, so wonderful. So do you work for someone? Would you like to have a business someday? Be an entrepreneur for a cause, for a not-for-profit, or for a for-profit, either one. We both want to be profitable, by the way. Not-for-profits still want to be profitable. Because it is the profits, with the profits we help others. So what I would say is save and invest. How do you invest? There's so many platforms nowadays online. I mean, we can name so many of them online where you can put money automatically investing from your checking account, business checking account, your personal checking account. It is $5 increments, $100, $1,000, whatever, every so often. And when you feel you have enough, and you have met with a colleague, an attorney, or a CPA, or a friend that can guide you through it, or a family member, launch your business. Don't wait for that kick in the butt. Let your passion.
Because I have a few other things that I want you guys to see and hear before. So does anybody have questions that they would like to ask before, you know, you have a business attorney, you have a CPA, they are up here to really just, maybe you have something to ask that you wanting, something that's on your heart. We have Jamie who's started a nonprofit. Okay, Maria.
6 years ago, I moved to the US and I discovered a new word on computer. And everybody here talks about credit cards, loans, and things like that that are so easy to get and so like everybody has access to it, but they don't know how to use it and they end up screwing up later on because they don't know. And I think we are in a problem. So I would like for you to talk about it, for everybody to know what it is to have a credit card. I don't have a credit card, I never had in the US. So I would like for you to talk about that because I know, I'm sure, 90% of the people that are here have a credit card, maybe they are not aware what it is to have a credit card.
Sure, thank you, Maria, for your question. So, my first credit card was an American Express. I was a student at FIU and I got it in the mail. How many of you get those in the mail? All the time. Are you getting less now in the mail? Have you noticed that? No, it's still the same? A little bit less, right? All right, so I got my first American Express and I did not shy away from it. I was 19 years old at FIU and I'm like, yes, this is it, but I wasn't using it. I realized because I was an accounting student, I love finances and money. I can tell you about my story another day or later on today. But I was fascinated about finances and I realized very quickly that in this country and in other countries as well, you gotta have a line of credit for many different reasons. Later on in business, I realized I was going to go into business. To be a business owner, you gotta have a line of credit. But you're right, the key is education. We buy on impulse. Whether we use our debit cards or our credit cards, we go shopping to any store, Daily Mall, Altura, right? The internet, online, or we check it emotions. Who knows Susie Orman? Right? Familiar with Susie Orman? What does she say? She says that we have to fall in love with saving and investing as much as we fall in love with spending. So I agree with you. I think there's a lack of education in this country with credit card debt management. In part, there are three players that I see. First, the credit card companies, the financial institutions, because that's their business. And we have to realize that every time we don't pay that balance, who are we making richer? The credit card companies, the financial institutions, and their executives, of course. That's their business. The other player that I see is the government, and then other players, other big players that can facilitate education to all of us so that we learn how to manage credit card debt. And then it's the consumer. But I believe that it's our responsibility. It's like, I'm overweight. Am I gonna blame my parents forever that they didn't teach me how to eat? Oh, I love that Nicaraguan food, by the way. I'm from Nicaragua, right? Hey. So, there you go. So, you know, right? In order to lose weight or to stay fit or to stay healthy, we gotta exercise and eat healthy, right? Same thing when it comes with finances. I think it comes to a point in life that we have to be accountable for our actions and our behaviors. We have to, so that we can make a change, so that we can pursue that dream and that mission. So yes, credit card debt is a big problem in this country, but I think we first have to be accountable for that. So kudos to you for not having a credit card debt today. I would recommend that at least you have one, just because you never know when you may need it, even to start a business later on. In this country, we all need to have a FICO score, which is your financial barometer. Whether you start a business or don't, whether you want to purchase a home one day, get a mortgage, it's important to have a good FICO score. But it's good, like I said, a good FICO score. No one that creates problems for you. So when we go shopping this weekend, today after this event, one thing that I recommend, sometimes I walk into Daily Mall, I walk in, I spend 3-4 hours. I check out all the beautiful things at Daily Mall, Macy's, all the stores, whatever, Saks Fifth Avenue. I get to go in there, of course, it's beautiful. And then I walk out of there with that having made one purchase. One purchase. Do that, try it out. The more often you do it, the more you gotta if you want to reduce your credit card debt, you gotta be in control of your life, not the financial institutions who control your life. Take accountability. Let's take accountability of our lives.
Okay, and also hold on, just to speak to that, how many of you are like single ladies and you want to get married?
Sure.
How many of you are married?
Who's married?
Okay, so the women who are married, because I'm on my second, so I feel like and I'm 32, so the fact that I'm on my second, you know, one thing that I realized about finances is, and I was a single mom, and I wanted my kid to have everything. I overspent more than anyone you've ever met. As I was building up my business, I'm like, oh, well, I'm making money, so like I can spend as much, and if I don't pay it off, like whatever, I can afford to pay the interest. It got to the point that it was devastating. It got to the point that all of a sudden, I remember one day my cell phone got shut off, and I'm like, oh crap. And it wasn't that I didn't have the money, it's just that I'm so irresponsible. You can go and do like direct pay, so that way your cell phone gets paid every month. But I was so irresponsible with things coming in, and I realized one of the biggest things in relationships is financial, fiscal problems in a marriage. If you want to get married and you want to have kids, or you are married and you have kids, if you are not responsible as a household, that is the number one reason why marriages fall apart, is because of finances. So that's the big
And
thing.
just touch on that, I've experienced more so now than ever. A lot of people that I know are staying in these relationships because of finances. So let's say you're in a relationship and you want to get out, but you can't because you don't make enough money to support yourself on your own. So my mom always told, like another reason for this event is that my mom always told me growing up, do not rely on anybody. That's all I mean, she said many things, but she always said that. My mom was a single mom, raised me, took care of everything, never worked a day in her life. If I needed anything, I had to get approval from my father. If she needed anything, we had to get approval from my father. And I remember along the way, I was like, Dick, my dad does no. The first thing that always comes out of his mouth is no. And then I have to sell him on why it should be yes. But at some point in my life, I was like, yo, I'm done with this. Never. I need my own money. You know, so I feel like that is an important topic that I don't think we talk about as women too, that I feel like we should be able to be vulnerable in that sense, that, you know, even in a relationship, your man or your husband can still be the breadwinner, but having your own thing, it only just protects you and keeps you happy, and I think it gives you fulfillment. And then God forbid, we don't want it to go wrong, but if anything did, you're not stuck to this relationship just because you financially can't support yourself. So I feel like that's really important.
Stuck to a job.
Or stuck to a job that you don't want to be in because you can't make those financial decisions. Okay, so anybody have two more questions? Maybe one for Jamie and one for Evelyn. Okay, you, and then we'll go to you.
Working in a nonprofit, working as a yoga teacher, I'm going to kind of hit on a different topic maybe. But when you don't have a large cash flow to start and invest in a business, or the accurate support and the foundation, what resources are out there, because there are resources that are out there and available to people who still want to start a business or a project and get a strong foundation, even if they're not in a place like with a large financial windfall to put into that? How, what support would you suggest that we initiate from that angle? It's a real question, so.
No, I'm sure, and that's, no, it's real legitimate. My first reflex was to say it depends on whether it's for-profit or non-profit, based on what I was telling you for the resources out there, but in a way it isn't. There's a lot of resources for education if you want to start a company, and a lot of ways to networking. What I would say, if you don't have the large cash flow and you're with the company, is what I said a few minutes ago about make sure that you're situated in a place, in a business, where you're at least having something contribute to what you eventually want to do. So if you like technology, maybe you're working for Microsoft, right? And I know people who've gone into e-commerce from that, so they build that up. Another thing I would say is that, I know you've heard the quote that's like, you're the average of the 5 people around you. It's not only about friends, it's also about who you network with and where you network, what kind of organizations. I say that because if you network in the right places, you never know if you're going to meet your future partner in business. I can tell you, not myself, but a lot of people I work with, a lot of entrepreneurs, would love to find someone who could join them just even on sweat equity and get 50%. And you are more connected than they are. They have the funds, but they don't have what you have. So what I was saying earlier about building yourself and investing in yourself, that's worth so much more and it'll pay dividends in the future. Because you're thinking, I can't start this because I don't have the money. That's an excuse, that's false, it's a myth. I'll tell you that right now. There's so much out there, there's so many investors out there, they're like, they need ideas. They want to make money. And so once you understand that everybody wants to make money, you start figuring out how do I contribute to that? So, like I said, there's a lot of education out there. Small Business Administration offers a lot. You have, I think FIU has a startup. They have that startup FIU. You go there, but you're going to be interacting with other startups and other people as well. So you're not really going to get educated on if there's any grants, if you want to do a nonprofit, and there might be grants out there that maybe you want to do what Miami-Dade wants someone to do, right? Maybe they need someone to go into the inner city and do something that you want to do it. You have the time to do it. You have the connection to do it. And you're going to go meet someone there that's going to, hey, you have a grant money. We've been looking for you all this time. And that's what I've learned so much doing this with hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs and myself also. When I speak my truth and I tell people what it is I want to do, all of a sudden it comes to me, and it's not just a false idea, it truly is. So definitely get out there, don't give up, and just help them.
Awesome. Thank you so much, ladies. It was a pleasure. And listen, they're here, so whatever questions you have, you can literally come up to them and speak to them about anything that you may want to talk about that we didn't share up here.